Hey folks, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And we are Two Guys in a Ride. Today we are with our friends at Mankato Volkswagen, taking a look at this beautiful 2019 Volkswagen Atlas V6 SEL Premium with 4Motion. And this baby is beautiful. But if you're new to our channel, take a minute, hit the subscribe button down below, and hit the bell notification at the top. Okay, let's get this right. Okay, so you never miss notification when we post a new video. It's Nathan, you guys, you know, okay. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought, but I'm going to take you on a tour of the outside of the vehicle, talk to you about the specs and the design. And as always, Nathan's going to take you on a tour of the inside and show you all the technology built into this vehicle. So what do you say, Nathan?
Let's take a ride.
Let's take a ride. Volkswagen says in its design it was going for the powerful and muscular look, and I think you can definitely see that with its crisp lines and bold styling. I like the design of the front end. It's very linear, yes, but it's very Germanic as well. You can tell this vehicle was designed in Germany. However, it was designed for the American market, and it is made in Chattanooga, Tennessee. There are 13 different trim levels, so lots of possibilities with this vehicle, starting with the S at $30,895 all the way up to the SEL Premium with 4Motion, which is what this vehicle is, with a starting price of $48,395. Now I also want to mention there is a V6 SEL R-Line with 4Motion that starts at $45,145. Now the R-Line loves to stand out. It offers 20-inch alloy wheels and bold touches like badging on the front grille, front and rear bumpers, and side skirts. Inside you'll find stainless steel pedal caps and badging on the steering wheel and on the welcome screen. Now on these vehicles you either can have the 2-liter turbo with 235 horsepower and 258 pound-foot of torque on premium gas, or such as in this vehicle you have the 3.6-liter V6 24 valve producing 276 horsepower and 266 pound-foot of torque. Fuel mileage on the 2-liter is 20 city, 28 highway, and on the 3.6 is 17 city, 24 highway. It does have an 18.6 gallon fuel tank, and it runs on a 8-speed automatic transmission. Now there are LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. There are also fog lights with low speed corner illumination. Now, one of the things that northern drivers are really going to appreciate about this vehicle, not so much folks in the south, but still too, it does have heated windshield washer nozzles. And then also for everyone, it has rain sensing windshield wipers. Now you do have smart access with remote control, and getting into the vehicle is easy. You can either use the key fob or just have the key on you, and you see there is a little ridge right there in the door handle. So all you got to do is come up or press it to lock, and then there is a sensor on the inside of the handle to unlock the door. You do see you have turn signal indicators in the side view mirrors. And then also on this vehicle, you see it has a camera mounted right up under the outside rear view mirror. I like the chrome and silver roof rails. I like the chrome silver trim around the windows and the chrome silver trim running along the bottom of the vehicle with the black cladding. It's hard to see it. It doesn't stand out as much, the black on black, but it does have the black heavy-duty plastic cladding around the wheel wells. I like the little chrome kink in the back there, really nice. And the back end view is a very nice, nicely sculptured and designed rear end on it. On the back end you see the LED tail lights. There is a remote power lift gate. It has dual exhaust tips as well. And the trailer hitch you can see with a towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds. Now, approach and departure angles on this vehicle Approach angle is 20.4 degrees and departure angle is 22.4 degrees. Wheelbase is 117.3 inches. Overall width is 78.3 inches. Height of the vehicle 69.7 inches with an overall length of 198.3 inches. Ground clearance is 8 inches. Total curb weight is 4,502 pounds with a payload of 1,213 pounds. Take you for a look of the interior cargo volume. And you can see it is 3 rows, and in this one I do have one of the seats folded down to give you an idea of what it looks like. So cargo behind the front row is 96.8 cubic feet. Cargo behind the second row is 38 cubic feet. And behind the third row is 20.6 cubic feet. I should also mention this does have a turning circle of 38 feet, which is a pretty small turning circle, which is really nice. It's got a cargo protection system in it, but you lift this up and you can see the spare tire kit, inflator kit, and you've got under storage there as well. Nice vehicle, nice styling overall. I like the cut lines, the fender flaring over the wheel wells here. And again, I talked about the cladding. I like the nice triple spoke, 5-spoke chrome alloy wheels, or shiny alloy wheels, excuse me. Not necessarily chrome. But we'll say a couple of the pros and cons about the vehicle though. It does have a spatial and ample interior for passengers in all 3 rows. However, you know, it does also have straightforward cabin design that makes everything easy to use, and it does have a velvety ride and lively handling. And Nathan's in there jamming out. I love it. You know, cons of the vehicle: leisurely acceleration and the fuel mileage isn't as good as some of its competitors. Overall, another con, maybe very functional, however a little bit boring interior, and the second row seats, and we'll show you that in just a little bit, could definitely use a little more cushioning. But overall, very well done vehicle, very nicely made, and very well designed. Okay, Nathan, I know you're having fun playing around on the inside of this car. You always, it's a hard job, but someone's got to do it, and I'm just happy Nathan steps up to serve the cause. But I know you're ready to show everybody all the technology that's in this vehicle. So how about it, Nathan? Take it away.
Yeah, come on in. Let's take a look.
And here we are inside the beautiful 2019 Volkswagen Atlas SEL 4Motion, premium trim level. This is a beautiful, beautiful SUV. All right, so starting here at the driver's door, we've got our typical controls. The one thing that's a little different here, for me at least on VW, is your power folding mirrors is a twist of this knob. So, you know, you got your normal adjustment for your mirrors, left mirror, no mirror, you know, the right mirror. But to do the fold, you twist it to here, and then they fold. Get it out of that position in any way, and they come right back out again. And that's both sides. Hey, also the heated mirrors are an interesting twist here. So you got to turn all the way back to here to do the heated mirrors instead of just hitting the defroster button. All right, so we got an 8-way power seat here with a 2-position lumbar, so a total of a 10-way power seat. You do have 3-position memory on the driver's seat. Moving on up here, you have your hood release. You also have a little coin storage here. You do have your light switch down here. You do have auto lights as well as fog lamps. Coming up here, let's take a look at the beautiful, these are heated and ventilated seats. Very, very classy look. So moving on, this does have the VW driver's cockpit, and that is just really cool. And we'll go over more of those features, but basically you have different views that you can do. So you can just select some of these. I'll show you a few of them. So you got your speedometer and your tach, and then you can change what's sort of happening on the inside of those by selecting these. The one that goes kind of really big screen is navigation. And when that is set, then these gears, the RPM and the speed spread out a little bit, and you get that nice view. So just some really nice features on that. That's completely an LCD screen, high definition. It is beautiful to look at. All that stuff is controlled down here, and this pretty much does your cruise control over here, as well as your stereo volume. This one right here does bring up your safety systems. So on a one click, you can get your lane assist, your blind spot monitoring, rear traffic alert, and front assist turned on or off. This sets your gap for your adaptive cruise control, which this has. Right. This one just kind of scrolls through the different menus up here. So we'll just do that really quickly. We're not going to get into detail. So if I'm on telephone, if I just click, okay, there's my phone. If I go to the next setting here and just click OK. Now under like data, I can use these up and down arrows right here just to quickly scroll through different things. So we'll get into that more in a more detailed video, but just want you to see that. Right over here we have a very nice about an 8-inch infotainment screen, and you do have some physical knobs. You got a power on and off and volume, and then you've got like a station selector, but otherwise the screen is all touch. You do have some touch physically dedicated touch buttons over here for radio, media, phone, voice, navigation, another app here, the apps here, and car and menu, and then settings. The one thing that's just really kind of cool here, I'm going to show you this. This has got like a motion sensor. So if you watch that bottom bar that says settings, okay, see that all disappeared? Now the minute I bring my hand up close to the screen, it pops it right back up again. So some of these things disappear when you move your hand, and some of them reappear. This has some really cool features. If you press the car button, and again, there'll be another video kind of going through this in more detail, but you can get a lot of information right on your car, how you're driving. This is an off-road information set. These things scroll so you can change them. Pretty awesome. All right, it does have Apple CarPlay, does have Android Auto, and it has a really good sound to it. All right, up here above the dashboard, you have got a little storage area, okay? And then it is like a non-skid rubber, very, very nice. Up here, of course, you just have your auto dimming rear view mirror. And then up here you have your settings for when your dome lights come on with the doors open or not. Here's your reading lights right here that you can click on or off. This does come with a sunroof. This is the powered shade. And then this button, of course, opens it up. One nice thing I like really about this is the bug screen that they put in once it opens up. And it is all, of course, one touch control. And there we go. The visors slide open. The light comes on up here instead of in the mirror, right next to the mirror. Okay. And they are telescoping on both sides. Hey, moving down here, you have tri-zone temper control. You have complete physical control over all three zones. However, you can also run it up here. You do have a rest button, and the rest button, what it's supposed to do there is make it the most economical as possible. All right, here's all your heated seats are right here. Here's your 3-stage heated seats. You also have 3-stage ventilated seats. And then down here you have your physical control for your heated steering wheel, your auto start and stop button right here, your hazards. Down here you have your nice, really non-slippery rubberized surface. You got a 12-volt outlet down here. You got a USB plug-in to do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got your 3.5 millimeter input there as well for your audio system. Moving on up here, you do have lit cup holders. You can see the lights right there. Okay. Your start-stop button is right down here next to your side. You have a automatic parking brake. And then over here you have your modes, so you can have snow, you can have normal, you can have off-road, or you can have off-road custom where you get to, then you can adjust all these different settings. Okay? Down here, a little bit further back, you do have auto parking. So you've got some cameras that'll come on. And then if you do the second button, this is what it controls your steering wheel for parking. Whether you're doing a 90-degree backup, or sometimes called the right angle backup, or whether you're doing a parallel park. Okay, so one of the cool features about this camera system is that you can just literally see right down from your car, or right here it's like a pre-image of your car, but then the cameras are used to look right next to your car, and then you can see a close-up. So here is actually my front tire right here. All right, so this does have swivel lines, dynamic swivel lines in the back, and gives you a little distance measuring line right there. Okay, and then I can switch between the different modes right here. All right, so I will show you more about that in a more detailed video. All right, moving on down here to the center console. We can open that up. You've got a nice deep storage, really wide. Left to right, you got a USB plug-in right there. And you have, of course, your glove compartment down here, which is good size. You do have an SD slot. One is for your navigation. Two is for whatever you want. The CD player is right here. And then you have some SD card slot holders, so you don't have to take them in and out. So if you have multiple ones, you can just store them right there. All right, on the passenger side, we have very similar controls over here. Your window control, you have your lock controls up here, and you have a little bit of storage and a bottle holder down here. You do have 8-way power on this side. Okay, so you can tilt the front up, the back up, slide forward and backwards, and then of course tilt the back of the seat. All right, let's go. Oh, you also have side pocket storage right here with this netting, cargo netting, and that is on both sides of the vehicle. In the back, you start off with a couple of things here. First of all, we have a window shade that comes right up, clips in there. Those are really nice, and they're in the other side as well, so both sides. Okay, your window control, you've got a little extra storage back here in the back doors, and then of course a bottle holder and some extra storage down here. Okay, your seats do recline. You've got a nice little center console there that can be folded back up again. Here in the center console in the back, the passengers do have their own climate control system. You have heat, cooling, you have your fan speeds over here. And then the nice feature I like is that you actually have an auto button that will automatically keep the rear at a certain temperature. You can turn it off, and you also have heated seats. Now, the one thing I will say about this is that if the climate control is locked out and being controlled from the front, you cannot turn the heated seats on back here. So you need to have rear control in order to do that part too. Down here, you have got two USB ports and a 115-volt outlet. 3-prong. You also have dual map pockets in the seats. Okay, so I'm sitting back here, again, 5'11" 11 and 5'11" 11 and 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 11 at least a finger's length of space. My knees down here have, I probably have 6 inches. All right, so if you want to get into the third row, it's quite easy. There are two things that will happen. You're going to pull this lever up, the seat's going to pop up, and then you can slide it forward. So here we go. Now, that's how much access you have, but you can push the seat forward, and now you have tons more access. So back in the third row, you've got dual cup holders on both sides. You've got storage here. You've got storage back here. You have your own air ventilation unit there, and the same is, and it's the same on the other side. Except we don't have the extra storage in the pocket here like you do on the other side. So here I am in the back of the third row. Okay, headrest lift up, so you can have nice, adequate headrest. Typical of the 2/3 seats, there's not a lot of extra room, but you know, I'm 5'11" and a half, and here I am now. If my feet honestly go straight forward, I am hitting the back, but you know, spread a little bit. I am quite comfortable. And this would be good for a good short ride. Now, most of the time, you get smaller people riding in the back seat, and for them, wouldn't be any problem. I'm still clearing by several inches of headroom in here. All right, so to get out of the third row seat, you do the same thing you did to get in. You grab this little lever on this side, pull it up, give the seat a push, and there it goes. Now you got ample room to get out. All right, so we are off on a ride on the 2019 VW Atlas SEL 4Motion. The steering is light, lighter than it must have electronic steering assist.
Okay.
But it is very loose, very, very, very easy to turn. So we'll see when we speed up if it tightens up on us.
Although, I mean, it's a nice, I like the nice linear layout of it.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of plain looking, but just because you don't have a bunch of buttons and knobs, it's very minimalistic.
Yeah, most of all the infotainment stuff is touchscreen, except for a physical on-off and then like a radio dial to scan and do different things.
But I like that you do have, for your heated seats and your climate control, you do have actual knobs down here. I do like that.
You know, this has the flattened steering wheel.
Yeah.
At the bottom,
like a sports steering wheel.
Yeah. I've never driven one, so I don't know what to think of it, but it doesn't bother me.
I'm not sure I'm in love with the a pale off gray beige tan colored interior. I'm not sure exactly what Volkswagen calls it. I mean, it looks fine. I'm just wondering about how it's going to wear for dirt and kids. And this is a kid hauler, and it's an SUV, so you know, I'm thinking. Obviously, you probably get it in black interior, and it won't show as much dirt. But this is a very, very light, off gray color, and I'm sure it's going to show marks and scuffs.
So this does have like the active lane assist.
Okay.
This has blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic, adaptive cruise control.
Oh, it does have the adaptive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, that's the one new feature on a new vehicle that I would love to have. You said you have it on your own personal car, and I don't.
Yes.
And I would love to have it.
I like it. When I bought my second vehicle after I bought my Lincoln, my first question my wife asked me was, does this one have adaptive cruise? I had to tell her, sadly, no. Okay, so, you know, the steering is lighter than I felt before in other cars.
Okay. So it's overly boosted steering, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it will be interesting to see what you think. But the steering, I mean, don't get me wrong, folks, it drives really nice, but I'm used to steering wheels when they're assisted. When you get going, it really tightens up. And so you don't have as the loosey-goosey feeling. Okay.
And I don't know if this is gonna.
So we're just gonna keep going here.
Maybe this will sit up here and charge.
Rob's wimpy phone is running out of battery. Mine's
Because I
trucking
actually
right
use
along.
mine instead of just taking selfies all day long. Wow, it turns really quick, and it's very light steering. But it's
It is.
responsive, very responsive.
It's responsive. It's just light. It's lighter than I think I care for.
You know,
I
I've-
was sort of a way to tighten that up.
I have a big wrench.
Okay. that works.
I've driven a Lexus, and their steering is very highly boosted as well.
Okay.
So it's extremely light, and you do that at the expense of losing some of the road feel.
Yeah, you
and-
do.
But it's quick and responsive. It's just it's really easy to turn this vehicle, so it's very light steering. Okay, pretty good kick down here
That's-
and pretty good grunt on it.
Yep.
I like the steering wheel though. It's very the spokes on it's very thin, so you get to see everything very easily. A lot of steering wheels seem to block half of your instrument panel, and this one it's really clear. And I like that navigation in the middle instead of over
Yeah.
to the center console.
That driver's cockpit is really nice. You know, this back seat is comfortable.
You know, one of the rubs I have against it, though, it could use more cushioning, and I mentioned that in one of the cons. I think it needs a little more cushioning. It's the bottom seat
on the
is
bottom
really flat.
side, yeah, especially.
Yeah,
But I like the length of it
yeah.
as far as fitting out, you know, closer to the end of your inside of your knee.
How's your leg room back there? Because I had mine very well adjusted up here for plenty of leg room from the dashboard and the glove box. How much leg room do you have back there?
Well, I think you only cross like 2 time zones getting to my knees.
Wow, a lot of room.
There is a lot of room back here.
But
Seriously, I'd have close to a good 8 to 10 inches. I mean, it's comfortable. You know, you've got your lighting back here, grab handles, your own temperature fan speed control. And on this rear auto system, this rear temperature system, the rear people actually can turn it to auto, which I have not seen before. You can always, you know, you can control the different modes.
Uh-huh.
You can control the fan speed, you can control the temperature, but I've not seen where you can actually turn it to auto. This does have the auto parallel park and the auto 90-degree backup on it too.
It does?
Yep.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Anyways,
Well, we're at the end of our drive of this fantastic vehicle, and yep, there I went over 20 miles an hour again. We got to defeat that, to change it or something. But anyway, make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Nathan also writes a blog on our Tumblr account that he explores in depth the technology of the vehicles. He does an article, and we also post a separate video showing you all the inner workings of the all of the technology that's built into today's modern cars, and we do it per vehicle brand. So if you own one of these vehicles, it's great pre-sale, after the sale, or even Nathan has brought it up before, that if you're the second or even third owner, it's no longer posted on the manufacturer's website. So we're a resource to come back to see how to pair your phone, how to change, use Apple CarPlay or Google Maps, or heck, you name it, all those possibilities. So make sure you check that out. So Nathan, we've stopped here. Now, have you picked out your favorite thing?
I have, but let me climb in front first.
Okay.
So this is my favorite feature, and one of the things I like about it, again, it's so easy. So here's the view of the camera. Here's where it's looking. So if I want to see the rear, there it is. Dynamic guidelines, they'll swivel. Here's my right side, and here's in front.
Okay, so I want to show you my favorite thing about this vehicle. And again, I like attention to detail, so here we go. I like this line, this cut line along the body side, and as it goes up over the wheel well, it does the same in the front. But my favorite part of it is when we get out of the light, you can see how it kind of flares out here. It carries that right over into the rear tail light and back around as well, and then up.